Hello, cats, we're back with another Nights Goes to Every Convention ever. And as you may have noticed from the thumbnail or the title card or any of the other clues, that this was Gencon. Yes, Gencon 2014 in Indianapolis, Indiana. And this is a considerably different kind of convention, a gaming convention than you're normally used to. I go to a lot of anime conventions. So this might be a little longer than my other ones. Maybe I'm going to try and hit in 10-12 scenario. But before I continue, if you have gotten your picture and you're looking for your picture, in the link description you may find it, or if you see it in the video, you may find it there, take it, and use it as you will. Take your picture, have fun, that's all good things. Okay, so as my channel is largely cosplay, I'm going to get into those kinds of things and those things that might be concerning to the cosplay community. It's definitely a gamer community, so if you're looking for a massive amount of cosplayers, not really. The anime community is not really there so much. So if you're into games and those kind of crossover scenarios, absolutely go, have some fun, great times. I enjoy myself. I will absolutely be back next year. And don't worry, guys, if it's not for you, that's great. But I would have to say that it's a long convention, and we were there Wednesday. There was a couple of people in hats and things that were theme anime-esque. Of course, they still enjoy the same things we enjoy. On Thursday, there was a few things here and there, and Friday, you actually got some really cool stuff. Not a lot of it, but you got some cool stuff you don't see, especially with the different genres in play. Now, Saturday was the day for cosplay. Cosplayers popped out of the woodwork here and there and everywhere. Unfortunately, couldn't get as many pictures as I would like because guess what? I was in the cosplay competition, and that stuff eats your Saturday. Lots of paperwork to fill out to be judged, me in this line and that line. Prepare for the parade. Oh, the parade's fun. I'm pretty sure anyone who's been to Gen Con knows about the parade, as well as the costume contest itself. So couldn't get as many pictures as I would have liked. But I still got well over 100 there, if I got my count correct. So, it's still pretty decent haul. Okay, so, as a gaming convention, a lot of your time is going to be sitting in panel rooms at tables. A large portion of the community is doing role-playing games, tabletop games, strategy games, card games. So, if I go back and I intend to sit for an extended period of time, I would bring actually a cushion, because some of these convention chairs ain't exactly the greatest quality, at least for me anyway, so I don't know. But I do intend to be back. Maybe I'll play some Mech Warrior. Rah, that'll be fun. I did quite a few drops in the pod this weekend, more than I usually do, because it's kind of expensive. But the whole convention is actually considerably more expensive than your typical anime convention. I believe it was $88 for the ticket. For the badge, I should say. The hotels weren't so bad because it was Indianapolis. It's not too expensive. But pretty many of the events you had to register for, and you had to have tickets for these events. Well, I'm not gonna say had to have, but if you had those tickets, you were guaranteed a space. Now, what I did was a lot of game testing, where you could pay, I don't know, $2 for a specific ticket to guarantee a spot as a game tester, but you didn't have to. I just waited around for open slots and then played the games that were available. And there were actually quite a few fun games I got to play. I got to play a dice game that was focused around completing knots, like a Celtic knot, making sure the pattern looked nice. And the other game that I liked really a lot was this kind of air hockey thing where you have different size pieces and there's a little bit of strategy and turns, and it was pretty good. So all encouragement in the world to those two games. The other ones, not really worth mentioning because they got work ahead of them. You'll see them in the future if they come up. But you will be better equipped to go to the convention if you go through the entire listings of their events, or if you even know someone who's done this before. I would highly recommend to consult someone who's done this before and try and get your tickets scheduled in advance. If you get the badges and the tickets mailed to you in advance, you are in a great advantage to enjoy the most of your weekend, because you don't have to spend any time in your lines, and you know what you're doing, and everything's pretty much pre-planned. Yes. But you're saying all of these things are ticketed? Well, not all of them, but most of them are. And some of you cosplay guys and gals have been going, whoa, I'm not spending money to go to a panel. Why would I spend money to go to a panel? Well, here's the thing, guys, which I feel you there. I was expecting to spend quite as much money as I did. Feel me here, right? Each event, it's a we're gonna say panel or game, or whatever the case may be. It could easily be just a D&D game, where person is DMing and hosting the event, and other people are paying their tickets to be part of it, right? Or even a huge tournament, whatever the case may be, even variants and so on and so forth, right? I believe, if I've got the story correct, I've asked several people, because this is a point of contention on my part, very much interested in this, is that you pay $2 to register the event. It might be different based on space and so on and so forth, but I think just the tables were $2. At which point, you then collected a fee from everyone who participated in your event. Now, typically at an anime convention, if you make a panel or do some sort of event, you get one or more badges for free. Well, in this case, it's kind of a more free economic kind of thing. If you run a really good event and you charge a reasonable amount and people are willing to pay that, you could come away with your badge and your hotel and everything else paid for, and it's much better for you in that scenario. But of course, if you're not hosting things well and people don't want to go to your event, then you're not going to do so well. But so when it's actually, for me, in my logic, reasonably fair. If you do a good job and you make the convention much more fulfilling and more interesting for the people participating in it, you get a payoff rather than just kind of a badge, which is a safety kind of way I'd go about it. It's safe, it's fair enough, right? And I think it's kind of what we expect as a cosplay community if we host an event. Oh, well. So that was a really interesting thing I tried to work out over the weekend. Hope you guys enjoy a little bit of insight. But definitely, if you're going, find a friend, find a family member, find somebody who's been here before, because it's nuts. It's just so big, so encompassing. If you're trying to do something on the fly as it's going on, or like a day or two beforehand, it might be a little bit difficult to get that coordinated, because you have to, there's so much stuff going on. The booklet is the thickest events booklet I've ever seen at any convention. The thing is like a textbook. It's almost half an inch thick in events. And let me tell you, there are not a lot of pictures in this book. It's solid 8 to 10 font text of, hey, this event has best, or as organized as it possibly can be. But let me tell you, I sure didn't read all of that stuff. I didn't even read anything that wasn't anime related or board game related, and just tons of stuff. I'm definitely gonna go. I'm trying to get some friends next year together and see if I can get something a little bit more organized. The vendor room is your vendor room, pretty much. They have a bit more swag. If you've been to an industry kind of convention, they give you lots of swag to promote their things. And if you go to an anime convention, you pretty much don't get a whole lot, right? It's Gencon somewhere in the middle. Sometimes you can get swag. A lot of times you'll get pretty good discounts if you're participating in the testing of a game or the promotion of a game, or showing up and just kind of playing it. You could get a good discount or a free little knick-knack. So people interested in swag, it's a little bit better than anime convention, but don't get your hopes up over something really nice. Oh well. The other thing I saw a lot of are Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic things. There's whole booths and booths dedicated to buying and selling and trading these cards. And you would expect it to be more of the board games, but there's quite a few varieties of booths as far as gaming is concerned, and in general gaming, as it were, Gencon. You guys get it. But I don't know. I might make a separate video for the masquerade. In this case, it was definitely a good masquerade. I think I was told it was one of the best ones that they've had ever. Maybe I just happen to luck and get a really good masquerade. I don't know if I'll talk about that more, but I enjoyed my masquerade experience, and I don't want this to be too long of a video. I hope this gives you some perspective on my Gen Con. I hope you guys, if you're watching this, you've been to Gen Con, this is a fair assessment of it, and any corrections are always welcome. Any help as well, if you have more experience with Gen Con, always welcome, because I did the whole weekend was a tizzy of running around and looking at all this new stuff that I was not familiar with. And it's been a considerable amount of time since it's happened. Like I said, I've been to more than one rodeo, and this is a fun, different kind of rodeo I've never seen before. Oh well, I'll see you guys next time. Good times to all. Hurrah! Hey Cosplay World, before I finish up this video, I want to say thanks for everyone who likes and subscribes, but the people who comment, you guys have a special place in my heart. It really does keep me motivated. I don't know, I do try to talk to you a one-on-one, but maybe someday I'll have enough questions and so on to do like a regular Monday Q&A session like I used to, but for now, I just try and spread the information and love I have for all you cosplayers out there. I don't know if you know someone who needs help, if you see someone who could use a heads up and maybe is new to the cosplay community, maybe hasn't seen some of these kind of informational videos, let them know. It really helps me out. I'm gonna go make more vids, have some fun, make some stuff, do cosplay things. Thanks for watching, guys. Good times to all.